Hey, beautiful mamas. Mom spinning in circles is the idea that we keep doing the same thing over and over again without achieving anything. Now, it totally makes sense why we would feel this way. Repetition is absolutely the name of the game while raising young kids, and being a homemaker can literally feel like our day is on repeat. Same tasks, same chores, same battles over and over again, right? How many times a week are you cleaning a diaper or wiping a messy nose or washing sticky hands, reading a book, making a meal, cleaning up that meal? What else? Vacuuming floors, answering toddlers' questions. Too many to count. All of these things, way too many to count. But the reality is that just because we're doing the same things over and over again does not mean that we're not accomplishing anything. So today, I have some ways for you to change the narrative that you're spinning in circles. I'm gonna just be throwing suggestions out at you left and right, so just go ahead and keep the ones that are sounding appealing to you and just let go of the rest. Also, I would appreciate you liking this video and subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. It's a huge compliment, so thank you. First suggestion, get rid of the shoulds. I should take my kids to the park. I should deep clean the bathroom. I should catch up on making all of those photo albums. Anything that's on our to-do list is fair game for getting crossed off or delegated to someone else. So dig really deep about the why behind every single thing that you do. Look at each task one at a time, and if you decide to spend your time on something, know the reason that you're doing it and make sure that you like that reason. That will help you take ownership of your choices and to not feel like a victim of your circumstances. It creates a completely different feeling when I say, I'm choosing to play with my kids instead of I should play with my kids. Our thoughts are ultimately what is creating the results in our life, so be really intentional about what it is that's playing through your mind as you're doing things. Look at the big picture. You are catching a glimpse of this step by finding your reasons for doing the things you do, but zoom out even further. You may have decided, let's say, to continue cooking for your family because you realize that you really value home-cooked food. Now let's take it one step further and realize that by cooking for your family, you are saving money. You are giving their bodies good nourishment. You're instilling the habit in them of eating at home. On top of that, if you typically are eating together as a family, there are even more positive benefits to your child's development, to your family's relationships, all because you're cooking for your family. Now, do you see that by cooking for your family over and over and over again, you're actually achieving huge things, not spinning in circles at all. So that reframe can be really, really helpful. My third suggestion is to acknowledge what you are actually achieving. It can be really easy to minimize what we do as moms. When we get to the point of feeling like we're spinning in circles, we're not feeling too great about ourselves or the work that we're doing. We might be critical of what we're doing, convinced that it's never good enough, or maybe we disregard any accomplishment knowing that it's only a matter of time until we will need to do it again, that repetition that we talked about. Wiping down the table, let's say. When you take the 30 seconds to wipe off all the crumbs, pause for just a second and look at your work. Force yourself to recognize the table is now clean, and it's so nice to have a clean table right now. Notice that I said right now. My next tip is to stay in the present moment. Do not allow yourself to think about how many times you've unloaded the dishwasher in the past or how many times you'll need to do it in the future. Do not spoil that freshly wiped table telling yourself that it's only going to get dirty in 20 minutes. Now, that is probably true, but I see zero upside in telling yourself that. So stay rooted in the present moment and enjoy the task that's directly in front of you. Notice how I said enjoy? That's right. It leads us right into my next suggestion, which is to try to actually enjoy your daily tasks. Attitude is everything. It can absolutely make or break any task. So go ahead and just experiment with the things that you do over and over again and find ways to make it a little bit more pleasant for yourself. Maybe you turn on some music, or maybe you giggle a little bit more with your kids. Maybe you reward yourself with a glass of water when you're done with something. Just notice the subtle satisfaction from a job well done. Enjoyment counts for a lot and can really help you avoid feeling like you're spinning in circles. My next tip is to give yourself a pep talk at the start of every day. Now, I have not started doing this one yet, but I have been feeling like it would be really impactful for me. Just picking a few sentences, almost like a mantra or something, that keeps my focus on why I'm doing what I'm doing. Another suggestion is to sprinkle breaks and time to rest all throughout your day. Burnout is a real thing for so many moms, and it just comes down to us not taking care of ourselves. So please stop thinking that it's someone else's job to tell you to take a break, and just go ahead and take the break. You are not getting ahead by running yourself into the ground. Find a new rhythm that is a natural flow of work and rest. I've talked about this lately. I'll link some of the videos that might be really helpful for you. Depending on the season that you're in, rest might look like cuddling with your baby, or maybe sitting and watching your toddler do a puzzle. It could look like going for a leisurely walk with your older kids, or taking a few moments alone in the bathroom. Whatever gives you some relief from the constant stress and work that can fill our days if we let it. I will also link my bedtime boot camp. That will teach you how to establish a bedtime routine for your kids, how to really enjoy that time to yourself. It's so crucial, and bedtime is a huge opportunity for moms to have a little bit of downtime and rest and rejuvenate before starting another day. So I will link that too. My next tip is to plan out your days with intention instead of simply reacting. Did you know that we actually waste a lot of time when we don't have a plan? We end up hopping from one task to the next, and it greatly contributes to this feeling of spinning in circles. You honestly probably are spinning in circles if you're living this way. Just fighting fires, right? Back and forth, feeling a little frazzled, a little crazy. You probably feel like you never quite are able to get on top of things. Constantly putting out fires keeps us stuck in survival mode. But once we can really take a step back and make a plan, we can clearly see improvements that we can make and apply. One of these changes could be to have a designated time to tidy. No wonder you're going crazy if you feel like you're tidying your house all day long. My kids and I take about 5 minutes before quiet time in the afternoon and about 5 minutes before bedtime in the evening to tidy. Sometimes I have everyone do a sweep of rooms for their own items. Sometimes I will make piles for each of them to take care of during those 5 minutes. It can just be really freeing for you to give yourself permission to leave certain messes until that designated time in the day. Similarly, I highly recommend establishing a homemaking schedule. Even if you are convinced that you're not a planner and that you don't like to do certain things on a certain day, if you're just not that type of person, just try it. There is something so powerful about knowing that every Sunday I meal plan, every Monday I do the grocery shopping, every Tuesday I clean the bathrooms. Don't waste energy being weighed down. It's probably time to wash the sheets. When should I do that? I don't know the last time I did it. I could do it today, but I don't really want to. Maybe I can just do it tomorrow. Just decide ahead of time, one time, that you are going to do it on this certain day, and then just simply follow through. Those were my 10 suggestions, mamas, and I could have easily come up with 10 more. The last thing I want for you is to feel like you're spinning in circles. You deserve more. You deserve to love your daily life. You deserve to know that you are achieving so many wonderful things. If you're not convinced, please schedule a coaching call with me. It's free, and mamas find it really helpful. I will put the link in the description. You're wonderful, and you are doing such incredible things. I can't wait to see you soon.